What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I will be doing a technical analysis breakdown for Amazon.com with the ticker symbol AMZN. I will first be going over what I see on the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. So if you guys find this video helpful, make sure to
like the video
and then subscribe for more Amazon updates every Saturday. So let's take a look at the daily chart for Amazon, and you can see that price last time I looked at Amazon was right back over here on Saturday, and that was when I was analyzing this candle at the bottom side of this channel. It was inside of this little trend line right over here, so I was expecting price to break it and then continue higher to the 138 level. So it looks like price was going over there, but look how weak it was. It wasn't that strong. You see that price pushed up, and then it started kind of going sideways near the EMA. And then we saw another push up, and then we saw a slam down. So at first I didn't have this trend line in place, so I should have had that trend line. That would have notified me that, hey, like we could find resistance right over here and then get, you know, rejected from that trend line, because that's exactly what occurred. So I should have had this trend line right over here, and I wouldn't have been expecting the 138 level. But either way, you know, you forget to draw things, and that's why, you know, mistakes can happen, and, you know, that's because you're human. So I didn't see this trend line, but if I had the trend line, that would have notified me that, hey, we're probably not going to reach the 138 level, like I said, from the bottom of the channel. We're probably only going to reach the trend line and then, you know, continue down lower. So that's what occurred. So basically what can happen now, you know, there was that big,
what a dump
on Thursday. So that could be starting the next leg down. So let me go and erase the trend lines. I can erase that arrow right here in this trend line. So basically these two legs down right over here make one large leg, because price had a correction up, and this swing right here could be the starting point for the second leg, this one right over here, because the market generally moves in twos. Just like how you saw two legs down right to the channel support, we can see another larger leg down. So the next target that Amazon could be reaching for is right around the 124 level. So you know, as long as we're still getting rejected from this trend line and traveling lower, then I think this 124 level will be achieved. That coincides with a gap fill right around the 128 level. That would be the first target. And then, you know, the support at the 126, because there was a triple bottom right over here. There was a test of price tested this level once, twice, 3 times. So there's a triple bottom there. So there's some strong support. But either way, it looks like Amazon is not as strong as expected. It looks like we're starting to break the channel. The channel could be drawn a little bit, you know, shallower. It still fits the price action pretty well. So this is still within the realm of being an uptrend channel. But we might be starting to break it either way. So I'm expecting a little bit more downside for Amazon because of this trend line in play now and the measure move that looks to be initiated. So I'm expecting the gap fill at the 129, 128, then the 126, 124, and then maybe finally the bottom will be right around the 120 level. Obviously, that's just an assumption. You know, we could always, you know, slam right through it or not even reach it, but that looks like a good target for price to reach to, because this is a big uptrend. And, you know, once we start pulling back and breaking the channel, we usually make a relative size pullback. So, you know, for uptrend this size, do you think we're going to make a pullback, you know, stopping right here? It's pretty rare. You know, the trend would have to be really strong. Generally, it's about, you know, 50% of the move up. So somewhere right over here could be a bottom. So it would be better for the bulls at the 121 level, because that's where the prior resistance was, and we could start, you know, finding support there and continue higher. But either way, nothing tells me that we're going to be crashing down as of right now. I mean, if Amazon was doing something like this, where, you know, started going like in a balloon fashion, like a bubble fashion, then I can say, hey, you know, Amazon's probably going to see a huge drawdown, a huge crash, because it went up unsustainably. But this does not look like an unsustainable move. It looks pretty strong. If we see a break of the channel, that's expected, because we're finding resistance at the 138 level. You know, we are getting rejected from there. So there's a good chance that price, you know, was going to be pulling back anyway. And then once we reach these lower price levels, then maybe, you know,
5, 4, 3,
we can get a launch.
2, 1.
So until then, you know, I think the pullback will continue lower. And then, you know, after that, you could say,
oh my God, I'm rich. My stock's going up.
So until then, you know, I think the pullback is going to continue dragging down the price. And, you know, the whole market is looking like it's pretty weak, and it's going to probably continue to pull back from there. Now let's take a look at the weekly chart. So here's the weekly chart for Amazon. And overall, you can see that Amazon was bouncing off the 2020 lows. So there is some support there. This was a nice rally up out of there. And we broke the trend line. This was the trend line right over here, containing prices lower. I don't think it's a channel because it doesn't really fit that well on the opposite side. So it looks to me like it is a trend line break. So that's a more bullish sign than if it was a channel break. And then we saw a nice move up higher. So Amazon needs to stay above this EMA on the weekly chart. And need is like, not a necessity. It's more ideal, if price can stay above the EMA on the weekly chart, because they can find support around there and continue to trend up higher. So this is just overextension. Look how far away from the EMA we are. So price is pulling back to it. And then, there's a good chance it will continue to pull back because we have this trend line in play. Once price can maybe break this trend line or show signs of weakness in this downtrend, then we could probably look for some type of bottom right over here for price to continue higher. So as of right now, that's all I have for Amazon on the daily chart and the weekly chart. Basically, we could see some more upside. I'm not expecting that much more. And I'm expecting more downside for the overall market and especially Amazon. So looks like we are finding a little bit of support at the prior low at the 131 level. But, this trend line is still in play because we just got rejected from it pretty harshly. And now it looks like a measure move could be in play too. So I'm looking for more downside. What would invalidate all of this is obviously if we break above the 138 level and hold it, that would be really bullish, something like that. And then there's a good chance price will continue higher. We can always just, slam into it and then fail lower again. So I don't think that's likely to occur. I think, I see more downside potential left for Amazon on the daily and weekly charts. So, that's all I have for Amazon on the daily and weekly charts. Make sure to give the video a
Like the video.
and then, I could give an update next week, Saturday. This is Vee Trades, and thank you for your time. The Vee Trades technical analysis course is now live. Learn to read the chart the right way to prevent costly mistakes. Click the link below to start training now.